Hello, welcome back. I'm sorry about the short ending on that previous one. We were speaking of the right mouse button, I believe, and we were about to click the light. So let's continue with that. Click the right mouse button on the lamp or light, or whatever you'd prefer to call it. Oops, wrong button. Right mouse button on the light, and that turns pink, and the pink outline on the box disappears, signalling that now the light is selected and not cube. So instead, click on left mouse button in this buttons window, and then use the left mouse button on the cube, and you'll notice that instead the left mouse button is doing the job and the right mouse button is what's moving the 3D cursor around. If I was you, I'd do it yourself because you can't see what I'm clicking, but from what I'm telling you, you should be able to guess. I prefer it on the right mouse button because I only worked this out when I had quite a bit of experience with Blender. So everyone seems to use the right mouse button, so as I learned Blender I got used to using that. Now have a look down in this corner here. Right now it says cube because the cube is selected. So let's select the light. Now it says lamp. Now we can go down to camera, and hey presto, it says camera. Okay then, so I hope you've got that. Now here it says rotate view and pan view. So we are at the moment on rotate view. Now this is all about the middle mouse button. So when you use the middle mouse button with rotate view selected, as shown, it rotates the screen. Now I'll go to view and top, and now we are going to select pan view. And instead of rotating the screen like it did when rotate view was selected, we are going to hold down the middle mouse button, and now it is panning the view, moving the window around. So say you've got some thing over here, and right now you are facing here, you can just move the screen over and do whatever you want to do there. But I leave that on rotate view. If you want to pan view and you've got it set on rotate view, simply hold down shift and then use the middle mouse button to move the screen around instead. And if you're on pan view and you want to rotate the screen, then hold down shift and use the middle mouse button. So I'll go back to view and top. Let's have a look, make sure. Okay, we've got view rotation here, and it's by default on trackball. So that's all about, oops, I'll put it back onto rotate view. So it's default set on trackball. Now this is all up to you on what you'd rather select, as are the rest of the things, but this is all about rotating the view. And if you try the trackball and rotate it a bit, and then go on turntable and rotate the view, then it is on turntable it's quite, a lot of people say it's easier because when you're on trackball the screen goes lopsided quite often, but on turntable it seems to stay quite stiff, it don't actually tilt the screen. But I like it on trackball because that is what I'm used to, so I'll leave it on that. Go back to view and top. Okay then. Now, let's have a look. Let's go over to these buttons here. Now first you've got the tooltips. So if the tooltips is set, when you hover over a button, it usually works for me. I don't know what's going wrong, but if you try it, you hover over, say, this button, it will bring up a little thing down here telling you what that button does. But for me, it is quite confusing. I never found it easy anyway. I'm gonna have to work out why it's not working for me, but it's pretty straightforward. If you understand it, it'll be helpful for you. So if you deselect tooltips and hover over one of these buttons, it will give you a little thing telling you what the button does. I'll leave it on tooltips and hopefully it will work later on for me, but it's not a necessity to me. We'll go down to view name, click on view name, and if you've noticed, it now says top ortho. So that's basically telling me that I'm in top view and in orthographic view. If you decide to, say, go to view and side, it will then say right ortho. And it's basically telling me that I'm looking to the right of the cube and I'm in orthographic view. So I think we've cleared what's necessary in this for the moment. Actually the invert zoom, if you use the default, which is not selected, when you roll the mouse wheel forwards towards the computer, away from you should I say, when you move it forwards, it zooms in. When you move the mouse wheel towards you, then it zooms out. So if you select invert zoom, when you scroll the wheel towards you, you zoom in instead. When you scroll it towards the, say, computer or wherever you're facing the mouse, it zooms out. But I will leave that unselected. Okay then, so we were around here. We've cleared this now, which you should find necessary for the time being. It's all up to you. Let's have a look. Okay, we'll miss the edit methods for now. Language and fonts. I doubt you are seriously in need of this at the moment, really. Wondered whether that was what had my tooltips off, but still. So we've got restore to default button here. That simply change if you've changed the font size or the type of font,